All right, good afternoon. It is April 6th, 2023, 2:30 in the afternoon. Sitting here with a protein shake. What do we want to talk about? Got a couple things. So, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. So, I haven't done any videos for my daily discussion channel. I was kind of pushed away from it. But I just feel it's I haven't been able to express myself. So, I want to do that in the most raw but positive way I can. So I'm just kind of updating on life here. So I want to start with my dad. So my dad has had a lot of medical stuff going on. He's been Bellevue Hospital, Cleveland Clinic, back home, Bellevue Hospital, Cleveland Clinic. He got life flight out of the Cleveland Clinic a couple days back. I think it was Tuesday, Wednesday. He was in Bellevue and the ER, then the ICU for week and a half before he got life flighted. They couldn't transport him by ambulance, so they did a life flight. That was the only way that they're going to be able to get him moved. So right now he needs a double lung transplant, a whole lot more to it. But he's kind of under right now on a ventilator. They're kind of doing different things on and off to get him to that situation where they can get this dental work done so that he can get that transplant and then hopefully have some sort of quality of life because the last year, 2 years has not been quality for him. It's been rough and it's been tough on everybody, but it's been tough to watch him. One of the toughest people that I've ever met, one of the most driven, hardworking people that I've ever met, to not even be able to go step outside on their own, to stand up out of a mobility chair or stand up out of a chair and to have your oxygen numbers plummet down into the 70s and 80s and have to emergency get as much oxygen on you and have to wear oxygen 24/7. I mean, rewind back to last summer, 2022, summer of 2022. I mean, he was out driving around, out in his car, out and about doing his thing into the winter of 2022, into this winter, spring of 2023. He wasn't even able to get out of his chair to go to the bathroom. That was life altering, life threatening situation. So that's where he's at right now. There's a lot more details to it. I know that we had a GoFundMe going on for that. I think we're trying to surface back and figure out how to go about that. I know that he's got a lot of stuff going on right now with his medical insurance and everything through work, with him being off, through I think long term disability and whatnot. We're still trying to work out all the details, but there's a lot of people in the community between his 20 plus years at UPS being a driver, um, many years in the community with being the president of the rec for coaching baseball or just all sports in general for kids. I mean, he grew up coaching my brother's baseball teams, coaching my baseball teams. He helped coach or head coach, assistant coach soccer teams for me growing up. I mean, I started baseball. I skipped t-ball, went into baseball at 5 years old. My brother was in baseball before. He's older than me. My dad was around, president of the rec, all that stuff. I mean, he made an impact on a lot of parents, on a lot of families, a lot of kids. A lot of people know who he is. Um, and right now he's in a fight for his life. So, any support, any outreach, anybody that can reach out, comment, like, I'm going to put this on Facebook as well. Anybody who can put anything that knows my dad, or you don't know him, you just want to, send heartfelt messages or just show that, hey, that you're rooting for him. Any sort of a like, a share, a comment, asking for information on how you can help. I mean, any way that we can do donations, any of that stuff that our family can get for that we can utilize to make sure that he is being taken care of and everything is moving forward. So that's what I wanted to start off with. I'll get more in detail and stuff on that. Maybe do a video chat and a video situation with my brother or brother and sister so we could all get involved and talk. But that's what I want to start with. Moving on to the next thing, my current situation. Um, I spent 4.5 years as an insurance sales and retention advisor for an agency in Huron, and last Friday I was let go from that job. I'm not really going to say a whole lot, but what I can say is that I was extremely disappointed. I know there was expectations on both ends. To me, I've always been hardworking and I've always strived to be the best, and I try to take on the world. And when you start juggling too many balls and you can't keep up and you just feel like you have no support, you just get to a point where you can struggle, you can get overwhelmed, you can shut down. I mean, another topic that I have in here is mental health. I'm gonna tie into that and then kind of circle back into it. But mental health, I mean, I when I was going through court to get my rights to my son Liam, I was going through a rough time. I was struggling, having some of the toughest mental and internal battles that I had ever been through. Ones that scared me and made me talk to close friends and really be honest with them. Like, hey, I don't think I would ever do anything for harm of myself because I have just too much that I want to do in this world, and that's a big reason why I have such issues in life is that I want to change the world, and that's not a simple task. Um, so I just try to wake up every day and be the best that I can. But with that being said, I was struggling, and I had a bunch of people tell me like, "Hey, try to maybe go see a therapist, go talk to somebody." And I contacted my doctor, and they said because of insurance and stuff, they always like to start with medications first and go that route. So I went through that process. I got put on a medication. It's the generic. It's sertraline, Zoloft. They started me on a low dosage of that. Over time, they've kind of increased a little bit. I still had days where I would just have days at work where I just couldn't focus. I just felt overwhelmed. I would have so many things, interruptions, people asking me questions, and I couldn't do what I needed to do myself to really strive and be the best as I could, while I'm also trying to juggle a full book of business of 3 different people who have made their books through sales at the agency I was working for, on top of doing all their attention, trying to watch renewals and discuss. And throughout the last 14 months, with the way the economy has been, a lot of people want their insurance shopped. They're not happy with the rates. Their rate goes up $1, and they're wanting to shop. They're wanting to leave, and it's hard to say, "Hey, I've got 5 or 10 people who are calling for a new business. They want a new quote. They're not with us. 5 or 10 people who are calling in who have business with us and need more business. Maybe they bought a boat, another house, a rental, things like that. And then I have people who are current clients who want to cancel, want to shop, want reviews. It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, I think it was over $3 or $4 million of business that we were handling. Our commercial team was putting, well, I don't want to say our, the commercial team was pumping up those numbers as well. But I mean, that agency was predicated on 90%, 90+% personal lines from when I started up until about a year and a half ago is when that percentage started to change. So without getting into too much detail, it was just I just had days where I just felt like I couldn't get into what I needed to do, whether it was just mind blocks. I felt paralyzed, numb. I had 5 or 6 things you're trying to work on, and they have people calling, threatening to cancel, and they need you to do this now, and you're trying to do it all, and you don't have any help. You ask for help, and you're just said, "Hey, just figure it out." I wasn't getting the support that I felt that I needed, and kind of the crossroads was I got let go, but I was in that position where I was like, "Do I need to change my career? Do I need to look into other options within the insurance industry?" I mean, I was in a predicament where I just felt like for what I had to offer, all the knowledge and all the stuff that I could offer, I just felt like one, I didn't have support. Two, anybody else that was hired, um, who didn't even have a license. They were being hired and making more money or equal money than I had made, after being there for 4.5 years. And it was just a situation where I just felt like maybe I was, in a way, not totally. I mean, there was a lot of great things. I have no major negatives, but in a way, I felt like I was being taken advantage financially in a way because I mean, I'm pouring my heart and soul. I'm working 2 to 5 hours over every other day. I'll stay over an hour, stay over 2 hours, stay over 3 hours to try to keep up with the pure volume of stuff coming in. It was just simple as maybe having support, maybe, like what they, getting help, dividing a little bit more. And that's what was done. Things were peeled back, but then things quickly changed and I ended up taking everything right back on. And I could not maintain it. I could not maintain doing what was considered by everybody 2 full-time jobs. Everybody was just mind boggled by how much I was trying to shoulder, and it just became insurmountable. And at this point, I mean, I'm just in a back and forth, but no hard feelings, no negatives. I'm not gonna say anything negative. It's just this is where I'm at. So continuing through this video, um, my mental health was in a terrible state. So I got back with my doctors. They wanted to increase the sertraline dosage, and that still wasn't helping. So then I talked to them again, and they are like, let's monitor, let's increase dosage, and let's circle back. During that time, I also had a hand injury where I had a laceration, had to get stitches on my knuckle, my thumb. During that time, they told me that I had high blood pressure while I was there getting the stitches, and that blood pressure did not come down the entire hour and a half that I was there. It was, 150s, 160s, 170s. It stayed up, and they said, hey, just get hold of your doctor, have this looked into, and see if this is an issue. Like this could be important. So I got with my doctor, and it was going to be about 3 weeks before I could get in because he was on vacation for at least a week and a half, and then his overflow of stuff coming in. So it took some time for me to get in. I had some complications, and I went to urgent care. I had my own trackings, the data from when I went to the emergency room to get stitches, and then the data from that day of going into the urgent care that showed what my blood pressure ratings were. And the one day I had, numbers that I was getting of like 180, 190 for my top number, over 90 to 100. It was like stage 3 hypertension, like real dangerous stuff. So that urgent care doctor, thankfully, she said, hey, there's enough data here that I can get you on a temporary low dosage of this blood pressure medication. Really follow up with your doctor and figure this stuff out. So I went to my doctor, got blood work, had the discussion with them about what I was going through mentally. I got prescribed for medication to help with my thoughts as needed to really settle them down. I'm not going to get into too much detail on that, but just try to help me on the days where I just feel like I can't hone in to really relax yourself, get away from that anxiousness and all of the, like, my mind always turning. The gears are moving. I'm thinking of a million things, and it can be tough. So I did all that. That was like Wednesday, and then last Wednesday, and then Friday I got let go for my job in the last hour. So life kind of crashed. So I've got my dad hospital back and forth fighting for his life. I'm trying to get myself taken care of because I have a 2-year-old son that I need to be there for. One income household, trying to survive and make it here, and try to provide a situation where I'm growing for myself, but also creating a life and an opportunity for my son as he grows, and teach him, good morals and how to grow up in life and how to handle things, how to be a boy and how to be a man, things like that. So life's kind of spiraled in that realm. Blood pressure's been out of whack. Had another follow up appointment. Like, most of my numbers are good on my blood work, but cholesterol's high and my blood pressure's just high. My potassium's a little low, which should be coming up because of the blood pressure medication. But we're monitoring stuff, and they just want me to be very careful because this could be a dangerous situation if I don't be careful. So, with that being said, I'm dealing with all that, and I'm job hunting. So I still have my Ohio, P&C insurance license. I'm on, 4 or 5 different platforms applying for jobs, sending my resume in, reaching out. I've done 2 interviews already, that were non-insurance related. I've had another phone call with a CEO of an insurance agency to have a discussion in regards to commercial lines insurance. So I'm trying to see what I can find out there. I kind of have a little bit of a cushion here, but I don't want to wait too long, because again, I have bills here that I need to handle. I've got traveling to Cleveland to be there for my dad, as he's coming in and out of this ventilator situation and trying to get ready for hopefully lung transplant soon, um, and be here the best that I can for my son. And then as I get into a new job, trying to make sure that I have a schedule that works for me being able to have the time with my son as well as to be there for my dad up until and throughout the process of him trying to get this lung transplant. So that's where we're at there. What I'm trying to do, life in general. I mean, I'm trying to stick with going to the gym. That's one of my big escapes, but a lot of times it's an escape that you're just trying to keep moving to not slow down and let life hit you. I'm trying to really control my mental health, control what kind of music I'm listening to, the energy, the people around me. Very fortunate, very thankful. My family's starting to come together. We've had some moments and some ups and downs. My brother, sister, and I had a 3-way phone call today, and we're trying to all get on the same page. My brother lives in Florida, so that makes it tough. We're all just trying to do our best to pull together and be there for our dad and everybody else to do, just to make the most of it. So more to come on that, but I'm just I'm really thankful for my brother. Me and him talk daily. My cousin Jacob, we talk daily. My best friend Corey Bennett, shout out to Corey Bennett. He's there, talks to me every single day, whether we game at night for a little bit, we talk on the phone, we go to the gym and work out together. It's been an adjustment, but we've always been there for each other, and it's nice that he and his girlfriend, have just been very supportive. Corey's mom has been very supportive. Her husband's very supportive. It's just been there's been a lot of people who have been there for me, and there's other friends that have reached out too. But like, I'm just kind of out here trying to make it, and it's been tough. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm just trying to make the most of it right now. Midday. It's my Thursday with my son, my weekend with my son. So I'm here putting this video up to kind of get something out there. If anybody has any, jobs that they see insurance related or anything, I'm just looking at options to see what I can get into to keep cash flow going and figure out how to be the best man that I can be, the best person that I can be to try to continue doing what I do with being a great person, making a difference in the world, trying to wake up every day and at least make a difference to at least one person. So, as always, self love, positivity. Make sure you tell somebody you love them. More videos to come, but I at least wanted to get something out here. I haven't done this in a while, and I'm really trying to get my feet back on the ground, my roots, and really get strong on my storms and on top of everything. Um, I'm gonna be fine. It's just anybody who is going through tough times. It's always great to reach out, to be honest, talk, write, even put a video out and delete it. Like, you don't have to like upload it, but those things help you like let things out. This was always one of my major ways to release in therapy to me is to talk and discuss what I'm going through, what's going on, how to maybe I can make a difference to somebody, helping somebody makes a difference, and then also my time at the gym. So I just wanted to bring a little video. As you see here, find joy in the journey. Don't forget, never forget. And then back here, this poster says, "Don't duck with me." That's the truth. So, with that being said, I love y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you tell somebody you love them. And that's all I got, guys. Remember, this is Dave's Daily Discussions, and we're trying to get back at it. Love y'all.